Question 1. Mr. Thompson is a homeowner who has suffered significant damage to his property due to a windstorm. His policy covers wind damage under the standard homeowner's policy. However, the policy has a $1,000 deductible. After evaluating the damage, an adjuster estimates the repair costs to be $8,000. Which of the following would be the most accurate payment calculation for Mr. Thompson's claim? A. $8,000. B. $7,000. C. $6,000. D. $1,000. Answer: B. $7,000. Explanation: in this case, Mr. Thompson's policy has a $1,000 deductible. This means that the first $1,000 of the repair costs will be paid by Mr. Thompson himself. The insurance company will cover the remaining amount. So the calculation would be $8,000 total damage, $1,000 deductible equals $7,000 amount payable by insurance. Understanding how deductibles work in the claims process is crucial. The deductible reduces the insurer's liability and is subtracted from the total repair costs. Question 2. Which of the following is not a responsibility of an insurance adjuster when handling a liability claim? A. Investigating the circumstances leading to the accident. B. Negotiating settlements with the claimant or third parties. C. Providing legal advice to the insurer. D. Collecting evidence from witnesses and police reports. Answer: C. Providing legal advice to the insurer. Explanation: while insurance adjusters are responsible for investigating claims, negotiating settlements, and collecting evidence, providing legal advice falls outside their scope of work. Legal advice is the domain of attorneys, not adjusters. Adjusters focus on determining the extent of the loss, evaluating damages, and recommending settlement amounts based on the evidence. Adjusters must remain neutral and not engage in activities that could be construed as legal counsel. Question 3. Scenario: Mrs. Roberts recently filed a claim for a water damage loss in her kitchen due to a burst pipe. The adjuster investigates the damage and estimates the repair costs at $3,500. Mrs. Roberts' policy has an actual cash value (SEV) clause, and her kitchen appliances are 8 years old. The replacement cost for the appliances is $2,000. Based on the information provided, what is the amount Mrs. Roberts will likely receive for the appliance portion of the claim? A. $3,500. B. $2,000. C. $1,000. D. $0. Answer: C. $1,000. Explanation: under an actual cash value (SEV) policy, the insurance payout for the damaged property is calculated by subtracting depreciation from the replacement cost. In this case, the appliances are 8 years old, so the adjuster would subtract depreciation based on the age of the appliances. If the replacement cost is $2,000 and the depreciation is considered to be 50%, for example, based on the age and condition of the appliances, the actual payout would be $1,000. ACV is designed to reflect the current value of the property considering its depreciation over time. Therefore, the payout is generally less than the full replacement cost. Question 4. Which of the following best describes a comparative negligence system in the context of an auto insurance claim? A. The insurer pays the entire claim regardless of the policyholder's fault. B. The policyholder's damages are reduced in proportion to their percentage of fault. C. The policyholder is not entitled to any compensation if they are at fault. D. The damages are split equally between the insurer and the policyholder. Answer: B. The policyholder's damages are reduced in proportion to their percentage of fault. Explanation: in a comparative negligence system, the policyholder's damages are reduced based on their percentage of fault in causing the accident. For example, if the policyholder is found to be 30% at fault for the accident, their compensation will be reduced by 30%. This system allows for the possibility of compensation even when the policyholder is partially responsible, unlike the contributory negligence system, which may bar recovery entirely if the policyholder is even slightly at fault. Question 5. What is the primary function of subrogation in the insurance claims process? A. To transfer responsibility for a claim to a third party. B. To prevent the insured from filing duplicate claims. C. To allow an insurance company to recover money from a third party that caused the loss. D. To offer a settlement to a third party involved in the loss. Answer: C. To allow an insurance company to recover money from a third party that caused the loss. Explanation: Subrogation is the process by which an insurance company recovers the amount it paid to the insured from a third party that is legally responsible for the damage or loss. For example, if an insured's car is damaged by another driver, the insurance company may pay for the damage and then pursue the other driver's insurance company to recover the payment. This helps insurers maintain fairness and recover costs that should be borne by another party. Question 6. Scenario: Mr. Harris has filed a claim for a liability loss after a customer slipped and fell at his store. The adjuster finds evidence that the accident occurred because the store floor was wet, but there were no warning signs posted. What is the most likely reason for the adjuster's investigation? A. To assess the weather conditions on the day of the accident. B. To determine whether the store had a liability insurance policy in place. C. To evaluate whether the store was negligent in maintaining a safe environment. D. To determine if the injured party has a pre-existing medical condition. Answer: C. To evaluate whether the store was negligent in maintaining a safe environment. Explanation: in a liability claim, especially one involving personal injury, the adjuster's primary responsibility is to investigate the circumstances surrounding the accident, focusing on whether the store owner was negligent. Negligence can be established if the store owner failed to take reasonable precautions to prevent harm, such as not posting a warning sign when the floor was wet. The adjuster's role is to assess whether the owner's actions or lack thereof contributed to the injury. Question 7. Which of the following would most likely be excluded under a standard commercial general liability (CGL) policy? A. Bodily injury caused by a defective product. B. Property damage caused by a fire in a rented space. C. Bodily injury resulting from an employee's on-the-job actions. D. Damage to the insured's own property. Answer: D. Damage to the insured's own property. Explanation: a standard commercial general liability (CGL) policy typically does not cover damage to the insured's own property. It covers third-party bodily injury or property damage caused by the insured's operations, products, or services. However, damage to the insured's property is usually covered under a separate property insurance policy, not the CGL. This exclusion is important because the CGL is designed to cover liabilities caused to others, not the insured. Question 8. What does the term loss of use refer to in a property insurance claim? A. The physical damage caused to the insured property. B. The reduction in property value due to age and wear. C. The cost of replacing damaged property. D. The inability of the insured to use the property due to damage. Answer: D. The inability of the insured to use the property due to damage. Explanation: loss of use refers to the inability of the insured to use their property due to damage. For example, if a homeowner's kitchen is damaged by a fire, the loss of use would cover expenses such as renting a temporary place to live or additional living expenses. It's important for insurance adjusters to accurately assess and compensate for loss of use when a property cannot be used for its intended purpose. Question 9. What is the primary difference between replacement cost and actual cash value (SEV) in property insurance? A. Replacement cost includes depreciation, while a CV does not. B. Replacement cost is the amount it costs to replace the property with new items, while a CV accounts for depreciation. C. Replacement cost is paid only in the event of a total loss, while a CV is paid for partial losses. D. Replacement cost applies to personal property, while a CV applies to real property. Answer: B. Replacement cost is the amount it costs to replace the property with new items, while ACV accounts for depreciation. Explanation: replacement cost provides the amount needed to replace damaged or destroyed property with new items of like kind and quality, without deducting depreciation. Actual cash value (ACV), on the other hand, is the replacement cost minus depreciation, reflecting the current value of the property considering its age and condition. For example, if an insured's 10-year-old refrigerator is destroyed, the insurer would pay the replacement cost for a new refrigerator under replacement cost coverage, but only the depreciated value under ACV. Question 10. Which of the following is typically a responsibility of an insurance adjuster when handling a workers' compensation claim? A. Determining fault in the workplace accident. B. Negotiating settlements with the injured employee's attorney. C. Evaluating the injured worker's eligibility for compensation benefits. D. Providing legal defense for the employer in court. Answer: C. Evaluating the injured worker's eligibility for compensation benefits. Explanation: in a workers' compensation claim, The adjuster is responsible for evaluating the injured worker's eligibility for compensation benefits. This includes reviewing medical records, determining the extent of the injury, and ensuring that the worker meets the criteria for benefits under the policy. The adjuster does not determine fault, as workers' compensation is a no-fault system. The adjuster also does not provide legal defense for the employer or negotiate settlements, as those roles are typically handled by legal professionals. Question 11. Which of the following is true regarding a named peril policy? A. The policy covers all types of risks, regardless of their specific names. B. Only the perils specifically listed in the policy are covered. C. It covers damages from both natural and man-made events. D. The policy covers all losses except for specific exclusions. Answer B. Only the perils specifically listed in the policy are covered. Explanation. A named peril policy only covers the risks explicitly listed in the policy, such as fire, theft, or vandalism. Any perils not named are excluded. This is in contrast to an all-risk all-open peril policy, which covers all types of damage except those specifically excluded. Question 12. What is the purpose of the deductible eco-property insurance policy? A. To reduce the premium amount for the insured. B. To determine how much the insurer will pay on a claim. C. To increase the amount of coverage provided. D. To specify the value of the property covered under the policy. Answer B. To determine how much the insurer will pay on a claim. Explanation. The deductible is the amount the insured must pay out of pocket before the insurance company pays the remainder of the claim. For example, if a policy has a $1,000 deductible and the damage is $5,000, the insurer will pay $4,000 and the policyholder will cover the first $1,000. Question 13. Which of the following is typically covered under a personal auto policy? A. Damage to the insured's vehicle in a non-collision event. B. Damage to the vehicle due to normal wear and tear. C. Damage caused by an earthquake while driving. D. Damage caused by a tree falling on the insured's vehicle while parked. Answer D. Damage caused by a tree falling on the insured's vehicle while parked. Explanation. A personal auto policy typically covers damage caused by incidents such as a tree falling on the vehicle, regardless of whether the vehicle is in motion. This coverage is often part of comprehensive coverage. However, normal wear and tear, as well as damage caused by natural disasters like earthquakes, are typically excluded unless specifically added to the policy. Question 14. What does underwriting mean in the context of insurance? A. The process of investigating fraudulent claims. B. The process of determining the risk and setting premiums for insurance policies. C. The process of managing the insurer's investment portfolio. D. The process of paying out claims to policyholders. Answer B. The process of determining the risk and setting premiums for insurance policies. Explanation. Underwriting is the process by which an insurer evaluates the risk associated with an applicant and determines the appropriate premium to charge. The underwriter assesses factors such as the applicant's health, driving record, or property condition to decide whether to offer coverage and at what cost. Question 15. Which of the following would be considered an occurrence under a general liability insurance policy? A. An injury caused by an employee during work hours. B. A liability claim filed after a product failure. C. A policyholder's intentional harm to another person. D. A claim for damage due to normal wear and tear. Answer A. An injury caused by an employee during work hours. Explanation. An occurrence refers to an event or accident that results in liability for the insured, such as an injury caused by an employee while performing their job duties. This is covered by general liability insurance. Intentional acts or damage due to wear and tear are typically not covered by this type of policy. Question 16. What is the insuring agreement in an insurance policy? A. The clause that lists specific exclusions from coverage. B. The section that outlines the responsibilities of both the insurer and the insured. C. The detailed description of the deductible amount. D. The section that provides instructions on how to file a claim. Answer B. The section that outlines the responsibilities of both the insurer and the insured. Explanation. The insuring agreement is the portion of the insurance policy that describes the coverage provided, including what the insurer will pay for the perils covered and the obligations of both parties. It is the central part of the policy that outlines the conditions under which coverage is provided. Question 17. Which of the following is true about umbrella insurance? A. It only covers auto accidents. B. It provides additional coverage above and beyond the limits of other policies. C. It only covers property damage claims. D. It is required by law for all businesses. Answer. B. It provides additional coverage above and beyond the limits of other policies. Explanation. Umbrella insurance provides additional liability coverage beyond the limits of underlying policies, such as homeowners, auto, or boat insurance. It helps protect the insured from large claims or lawsuits that exceed the coverage limits of these policies, offering broader protection against major claims. Question 18. What is a third-party claim in insurance? A. A claim filed by the insurance policyholder against their insurer. B. A claim filed by someone who was injured by the insured but who is not covered by the insured's policy. C. A claim filed by a relative of the insured after a loss. D. A claim for damages to the insured's own property. Answer. B. A claim filed by someone who was injured by the insured but who is not covered by the insured's policy. Explanation. A third-party claim occurs when someone who is not the policyholder, the third party, files a claim against the insured for damages or injuries caused by the insured. For example, if a driver causes an accident, the person injured in the accident may file a third-party claim against the driver's auto insurance policy. Question 19. Which of the following is a common exclusion in most homeowners insurance policies? A. Fire damage. B. Theft of personal property. C. Water damage from a burst pipe. D. Flood damage. Answer. D. Flood damage. Explanation. Flood damage is typically excluded from standard homeowners insurance policies. Coverage for flood damage usually requires a separate flood insurance policy. Fire damage, theft, and water damage from a burst pipe are generally covered under most standard homeowners insurance policies. Question 20. Which of the following types of coverage is typically included in a standard business owner's policy BOP? A. Workers' compensation. B. Business interruption insurance. C. Professional liability coverage. D. Environmental liability coverage. Answer. B. Business interruption insurance. Explanation. A standard business owner's policy BOP typically includes coverage for property damage, general liability, and business interruption. Business interruption insurance helps cover the loss of income due to a covered event that disrupts the business, such as a fire or natural disaster. Workers' compensation and professional liability coverage require separate policies. Question 21. What is the main purpose of the coinsurance clause in property insurance? A. To ensure that the policyholder's property is insured for at least a specified percentage of its value. B. To limit the insurer's liability for damages caused by natural disasters. C. To reduce the premium for the insured by increasing the deductible. D. To provide coverage for property damage that occurs due to a government action. And so A. To ensure that the policyholder's property is insured for at least a specified percentage of its value. Explanation. The coinsurance clause requires the insured to carry a minimum amount of coverage based on a percentage of the property's total value, often 80% or 90%. If the insured fails to meet this requirement, they may be penalized in the event of a loss by having to bear a portion of the cost. Question 22. Which of the following is generally excluded from coverage under a standard homeowner's insurance policy? A. Vandalism. B. Fire. C. Earthquake damage. D. Water damage from a burst pipe. Answer. C. Earthquake damage. Explanation. Earthquake damage is typically excluded from a standard homeowner's insurance policy. To obtain coverage for earthquake damage, a separate earthquake insurance policy or endorsement is usually required. Question 23. Which type of insurance provides coverage for damages resulting from an employee's actions while at work? A. General liability insurance. B. Workers' compensation insurance. C. Professional liability insurance. D. Commercial auto insurance. Answer. B. Workers' compensation insurance. Explanation. Workers' compensation insurance provides coverage for employees who are injured or become ill due to work-related activities. It typically covers medical expenses and lost wages, but generally excludes damages caused by intentional acts or workplace misconduct. Question 24. Under a commercial general liability policy, bodily injury is defined as A. Any injury caused to an employee during work hours. B. Any injury to a person caused by the policyholder's negligence or intentional acts. C. Any injury to the policyholder while engaging in business activities. D. Any injury caused by an act of terrorism. Answer. B. Any injury to a person caused by the policyholder's negligence or intentional acts. Explanation. Bodily injury refers to any physical harm or injury to a person caused by the policyholder's actions either through negligence or intentional acts. This could include accidents or injuries on the business premises or caused by the business's operations. Question 25. Which of the following is typically covered under a personal umbrella policy? A. Auto accidents involving the insured's vehicle. B. Property damage caused by the insured's pet. C. Legal defense costs in a lawsuit. D. Damages from a natural disaster to the insured's home. Answer: C. Legal defense costs in a lawsuit. Explanation: a personal umbrella policy typically provides coverage for liabilities that exceed the limits of other policies, such as auto or homeowners insurance. It may also cover legal defense costs in lawsuits, even if the insured is not found liable, which is not typically covered under standard liability policies. Question 26. Which of the following would be covered by an auto insurance policy's collision coverage? A. Theft of the insured vehicle. B. Damage to the insured vehicle caused by striking another vehicle. C. Damage from a hailstorm. D. Damage from a fire to the vehicle. Answer: B. Damage to the insured vehicle caused by striking another vehicle. Explanation: collision coverage pays for damage to the insured vehicle caused by a collision with another vehicle or object, regardless of fault. It does not cover theft, weather-related damage, or damage from fire unless the policy specifically includes such coverage. Question 27. Which of the following is an example of a moral hazard in insurance? A. A person with health insurance not seeking medical care until their condition becomes serious. B. A person falsely claiming a loss after a fire. C. A driver purchasing car insurance after an accident. D. A homeowner failing to repair a leaky roof, increasing the risk of damage. Answer: B. The person falsely claiming a loss after a fire. Explanation: a moral hazard occurs when a person is more likely to take risks because they are not fully responsible for the consequences, such as intentionally causing damage or filing false claims. In this example, filing a fraudulent claim after a fire represents a moral hazard because the insured may benefit from a loss they intentionally caused. Question 20. Which of the following is true regarding a business owner's policy? BOP A is intended for use by large corporations only. B. It provides a basic package of coverage for small businesses. C. It only covers property damage and not liability claims. D. It is required by law for all businesses to carry. Answer: B. It provides a basic package of coverage for small businesses. Explanation: a business owner's policy BOP is designed for small businesses and combines property and liability coverage into one policy. It is a convenient, cost-effective option for businesses with less complex insurance needs. It does not require legal mandates, but is highly recommended for business owners. Question 29. Which of the following is typically covered under a renter's insurance policy? A. Building structure and foundation. B. Liability for injuries on the property. C. Flood damage. D. Damage to the insured's vehicle. Answer: B. Liability for injuries on the property. Explanation: a renter's insurance policy typically covers personal property liability for injuries that occur in the rental unit and additional living expenses if the unit is uninhabitable. It does not cover the structure itself, which is the landlord's responsibility. Flood damage, which requires separate coverage, or damage to the vehicle, which is covered by auto insurance. Question 30. Which of the following scenarios would likely be covered under a professional liability insurance policy? A. A customer is injured on the insured's business premises. B. An employee is injured while working for the business. C. A lawyer is sued for giving incorrect legal advice to a client. D. A company's vehicle is involved in an accident with another car. Answer: C. A lawyer is sued for giving incorrect legal advice to a client. Explanation: professional liability insurance, also known as errors and omissions insurance, covers professionals such as doctors, lawyers, and accountants against claims of negligence, errors, or omissions in their professional services. It would cover a lawyer being sued for providing incorrect legal advice.